That's what's up. My Jerry Springer moment, man, is kind of twofold, and it actually references back to two things that Dr. Home team, as I call her, Dr. Home team alluded to earlier. She basically talked about custom tailoring how she teaches, and it really hit me because when I was doing research for my book Three Sisters, and I talked to my granny, it was always believed that my granny showed favoritism to my Uncle Wayne, who is the oldest. And my granny told me when I was interviewing her for this book, she said, "No, it's not that I have a favorite child. I don't have a favorite child. It's just when you are a good parent, when you mother children, you know that each child needs something different. So you custom fit what they need. You become what they need. You find within yourself to give them what they need. And if that's more attention, that's more smiles, that's more milk, that's more water, whatever it is that child needs, you find a way to give that to that child." And she said, for a long time, Wayne needed more of me than the other kids needed. So I had to give that to him. And that's essentially what you were saying. You give those children, you meet them where they are. You meet them exactly where they are, and you bring them up. If they hear you, bring them where they need to be. And that's awesome. And then the second part of it is, I really loved when you talked about your journey to where you are now. Um, what you thought you were going to do when you got to Tennessee State as opposed to what actually has occurred in your life. I say that because what you were doing where you was being still and you were being quiet and listening to the voice of the Spirit, and you were paying attention to your life. You were paying attention to your life. And that's critical because you will fail out here if you don't take the time to see, well, why did this happen? Why did I fail this class so miserably? And I thought this was what I came here to do. You took the time to figure out why certain things happen and then say, well, if this ain't what I'm supposed to be doing, what am I supposed to be doing? And you took the time, and I'm gonna tell you where that comes from. Ain't nobody in no classroom taught you that. That came from home. That came from being in church early on. Because let me tell you something. Your first school should be church. To me, your first school should be home and church because that's where you get a lot of basic foundational things. George talked about foundation. I'm huge on foundation. My grandma always said, if you ain't got no strong foundation, you ain't got shit. If you ain't got no foundation, you ain't got shit. I'm gonna say it again. If you ain't got no foundation, you ain't got shit.
And the
So,
doors to the church are open.
all right. So when you say things like that, that lets me know, and I mean, I already knew this because we go back. You know what I'm saying? But for you to say that in this forum lets everybody else know that school don't start at first grade. It don't start at kindergarten. It don't start at Head Start. It starts in the house, and it don't end when they go to school. You keep teaching kids at home. It works in tandem. It's not okay. Well, now my kids are in school, so I'm gonna let them do that over there. No, 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 no. It's you working with the school because you still need to be teaching kids at home. There are things that still they're not gonna get in school. I don't care whether it's charter school or public school. There's some things that they just not gonna give your child at school that they absolutely gonna need out here in this world. So teaching is at home first. So I love and admire that about you, and you have impressed me in such a way here tonight, baby girl. Let me tell you, I pray your success. I pray that you keep God in your heart, and I pray that you do everything that you say that you're going to do. Because let me tell you something, when you were speaking, there was boldness. There was a boldness about you. And George kind of mentioned your voice early. Even with your voice, the melody, because there's this melodic thing in your voice. It's a sweet thing, but even with that sweetness of your voice, it's a boss that comes across when you talk. Like there's passion there. There's trust, there's love, love just pours from you. Concern pours from you. Patience pours from you. And I'm honored and I'm thankful that you ended this Hometown Heroes series for us because you absolutely are not only a hometown hero, young lady, you are an international superstar. And I thank God for you.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Boom.
Well, I'm blushing, so you have to excuse me. Um, but I've definitely enjoyed this. when Keith first came to me about it, um,